The biggest threat facing bees, hands down, is pesticides. I'm Mraz. I'm a fourth-generation beekeeper and farmer. I run Champlain Valley Apiaries. We're a 93-year-old honey company based in Middlebury, Vermont. We spend a lot of man-hours out in the bee yards, investigating what's going on inside and outside the hives, and taking careful note how we can be best stewards to these insects. The biggest threat facing bees, hands down, is pesticides. It's corrupting their modes of communication, it's making it more difficult for them to be hygienic, and oftentimes they go out to forage. If they land on corn tassels or soybean flowers, sometimes they never come home. So 1 in every 3 bites of food that you eat is because a honeybee pollinated it. Honeybees throughout the United States move all over the country in order to supply your grocery stores, your food co-ops with fresh produce on a daily basis. I think it's really important to think about honeybees as some frontline workers in our food system, right? They're the ones that are exposed to these substances, but they're not the only ones. They're an indicator of what's trickling down the food system and ultimately into ourselves. And these pesticides are a public health issue. So I encourage people to speak up, to talk out. You know, honeybees have an economic interest. I task people to ask the question of what's happening to the native pollinators that don't have an economic interest behind them. If we can barely keep honeybees alive, what's happening to the bumblebees and the leafcutter bees and the mason bees that don't have anybody advocating on their behalf? You can go to popvt.org to sign a petition to support this cause.